Today we are going to talk about Bridgerton. When we talk about romance, 80s London setup, the carriages, the gowns, the extravagance, luxury, love stories, what do we think? Netflix presented us with Bridgerton. Quite famous, quite talked about. It is famous because of its couples chemistry. People are talking about it. There are fandoms. Recently, this year, season 4 came out. Bridgerton follows the story of the siblings. Each season presents each sibling's love story. The first season covered the love story of Daphne and Simon. What caught me was the intense chemistry between both the leads. The tall, dark, handsome guy we all aspire for. There is this dainty, feminine, cute, beautiful lead, which is Daphne. And in the 80s setup, you see the social dilemmas, the societal expectations which people had around that era, how love stories worked, how people met, what all responsibilities they had to fulfill. All of these are well presented in Bridgerton, I would say. The the cast, the setup, the grandeur, the luxury, the costumes, the actors, and the dialogues, everything became so iconic. So I think why is it popular? I would say majorly because of the couple's chemistry. Be it Kate and Anthony, the quite famous dialogue where he sees, "You are boon to, oh my bad, you are bane to my existence." Chemistry between the leads. All of these are quite talked about. So, be it the first season where there is this burning chemistry between both the leads, and the park scene where they both meet. And there are so many edits, numerous edits for this series. And again, I would say the most underrated season is the second season, or maybe overrated as well. There is this burning chemistry, slow burning love between both the leads, Kate and Anthony. And I would say what stayed with me was not the love stories, rather than the character arcs. How Daphne starts as the diamond of the season, and she becomes to, be the diamond of the season. She has the prince who is trying to woo her, yet she chooses Simon to marry her. Simon again has his own pasts, again has his own confusions and doubts. Yet, I think maybe because of the Wattpad stories we all have read, it seems like the perfect match. There is this couple which is like Beauty and Beast. He cares for her, they burn for each other, everything is so perfect. Again, the second season's story is quite popular because of the famous enemies to lovers trope, where both people hate each other. And when you see that there is extreme of any one emotion, both of it is bad, or I would say both of it is intense. So because of the intensity, you can see that the slow burning romance, everything about them. But what stayed with me was the character arc of Kate. Kate has her own responsibilities. She is well educated, she knows all the language, she knows the etiquettes of being in a royal surrounding, and also the costumes. She is from India origin. So she is step London to have her sister married, to find her a prince, maybe. And she is from India, so you can see it in her costumes, her dialogue delivery. And then there is this background score of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai playing while they make the haldi for her sister's ceremony. So I think all of this was quite nostalgic for me as an Indian viewer. And also, again, we see that, the typical, maybe in today's era, we can say that it is typical that the girl is sacrificing her love for her sister. And she feels indebted to her mother, maybe stepmother, and her sister because of all the things they have done to her. And she feels obligated that she has to make her sister married. Till the end, we don't see both of them admitting that they both love each other. But again, in the end, they both become the quite iconic couple of the season, becoming the Viscountess. And that's how their love story concludes beautifully, I would say. Again, in season 3, I think this is the one which is most close to my heart. Because from the starting we see that Penelope is the wallflower of the season. Nobody notices her, and we have seen so many people around us who are just like Penelope. Maybe one of us. We always overthink. We have our own body issues. The society belittles us, yet she is in the background quietly listening to everybody, observing everybody. And in the end, when they reveal that she is the Lady Whistledown, everybody blows out. And I think her character's arc is the most beautiful out of all of those. She evolves from the wallflower to the most sensational and talked about Mrs. Bridgerton of the town. The queen wants to be with her, wants to know every story, and she becomes quite important by the end of the season. But at the end, when this show that she wants to become a writer, and in the 80s era of London, where girls were raised to get married, they were being taught to behave in a certain way, dance in a certain way, talk in a certain way to get married. And to be honest, out of all the Bridgerton girls, they have always opposed this, conditioning of them being brought up only to get desired enough so that they end up marrying rich man, yes. So be it Daphne in season 1, be it Eloise Bridgerton, or be it Penelope, or Sophie in the coming seasons, we see that these girls are not the usual ones. Out of the lot, we see that there is Cressida Cooper. Her mother trains her in a certain way, and she wants to get married to a rich person because that's what the objective of girls in that era was. But in this season, Violet Bridgerton is like a breath of fresh air. She wants her children to choose love, not because they are obligated to marry someone, because to spend life with someone, love is important. Again, we have so many pointers and so many things around the seasons coming in. There are so many topics which we can talk about, but then again, romance is one of the most discussed and talked about seasons for Bridgerton. The songs, the costumes, the setup, everything is quite famous because of that. The video, I am going to talk about best romance of all the seasons. I think I would have a conflict. People say that season second's romance is best out of all, but because of my own bias, I would give it to season 1 because I really like the male lead. Maybe I am a dyer for those Wattpad stories where there is a Beauty and Beast kind of love story where this tall, dark, and handsome man comes and saves his princess in distress. But according to the book and according to the story, she was not a princess in distress. I would say she belonged to Bridgerton family, which was quite noble, and she had her own character arc. But yeah, I would choose Bridgerton season 1's romance because we could feel the butterflies, and maybe because it was season 1, our introduction to the Bridgerton world. So yes, my vote goes to Bridgerton season 1. And then best chemistry. Yes, that would be Bridgerton season 2 because Anthony and Kate are not in a committed relationship. They are not courting each other. They are not seeing each other. And I would say there is no physical intimate scenes present between both of them. Yet, with the haters to lovers trope, we can see that there is something burning between both of them, which they talk with their eyes, the touch they have, the glances they share across the room, and each dialogue they exchange with each other. Be it the bee scene, or be it the horse riding scene, or be it the room where both of them are talking. So, yes, the romance was quite burning between both of them in second season, I would say. Best costume. I think it's season 4. The way they try to have the classes distinguished, they are noble, the maids, maybe how you would recognize a Bridgerton maid. She was wearing a violet costume, a purple one. And then how would you recognize a maid who works at Penelope's house? It would be a green dress. And how would you recognize a maid who was working at Sophie's stepmother's house? It would be a black dress. So maybe I am sounding like a nursery student, but that's how I was distinguishing the characters with their own dresses and their own aesthetics. And yes, the best costume was for season 4, and especially the silver gown which Sophie wore was quite iconic. I would love to restyle it someday myself. Best soundtrack. I think every soundtrack for this season is quite good, but again, it would be season 1 for me because it was an introduction of me to the Bridgerton season, and the Wildest Dreams version also I quite like it. Character development. No doubt it's season 3. The character development of Penelope, the one wallflower which nobody noticed, nobody cared, was the one who was emerging as this desirable young lady. More than that, rather than her revamp from, let's say, in India, I would say from Parvati to Pooh, it was more her, the show up, I not show up, the reveal that she was actually Lady Whistledown, the one nobody noticed. She was actually noticing every conversation, every shift in tone, everything was happening, and the town was quite hooked to read Lady Whistledown. We all know that, and the whole Bridgerton is incomplete without Lady Whistledown actually. So, tell me in the comment section below which Bridgerton season you like the most and why do you like it? I know, stupid question, but yes, we can discuss more about it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.